Hello, everyone. I hope all is well with you guys. If this is your first time visiting my channel, or our channel, I should say, hit the subscribe, like, share, and don't forget to turn on the notifications for when I post a new video. This, you guys, is so scary what's going on in China right now. So, China is bracing for a new wave of COVID infections that could see as many as 65 million cases per week by the time the surge peaks at the end of June. And so this story came out on May 25th of 2023. And you guys, I'm in my car, so please excuse the noise from the air conditioner and all that in the background. So let's read this. This is from NBCnews.com. China faces a new COVID wave that could peak at 65 million cases a week. The country once had some of the harshest COVID restrictions on the planet, but the response from the government and the public is relatively muted this time. China is bracing for a new wave of COVID infections that could see as many as 65 million cases per week by the time the surge peaks at the end of June. Repetitive, I know. It's a startling prediction in a country where the pandemic originated in late 2019 that only months ago had enforced some of the harshest COVID control protocols on the planet. Now, with the latest Omicron variant XBB fueling a resurgence in cases, the response from China's government and the public is muted at best. The surge comes about 6 months after the country dismantled its sprawling infrastructure for dealing with COVID, including harsh lockdowns, mass testing, stifling quarantines, and strict mask requirements. People feel differently about this wave, said Qi Zhang, 30, who works at a finance company in the northern city of Tianjin. The last time, everyone was terrified, but now they don't think it's a big deal, she told NBC News on Thursday. The new wave's data was revealed by respiratory disease specialist Zhong Nanshan at a medical conference this week in the southern city of, I don't know how to say it, you guys, Guangzhou. According to state media, he told the audience that the wave that started in late April was anticipated and that his modeling suggests China could be approaching 40 million infections per week by the end of June. He said the weekly number of infections will peak at 65 million. The United States, by comparison, was reporting more than 5 million cases a week at its peak last January. Like the U.S., China stopped providing weekly case updates this month, making it difficult to know the true extent of the current outbreak. The State Department said the U.S., which imposed a testing requirement on travelers from China in January before lifting it in March, was discussing China's second COVID wave with allies and partners, but declined to say whether travel restrictions were under consideration. Spokesperson Matt Miller said the department would monitor the situation in conjunction with the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention before updating travel guidelines. So it goes on and on and on talking about this new variant. I'm going to skip over a little bit and go to this. Various versions of the Omicron subvariants, including XBB 1.5, XBB 1.1.16, also known as Arcturus, and XBB.1.9.1, have been circulating in the U.S. since December and make up nearly all of the current infections in the country. Although the CDC isn't regularly tracking new cases and the majority of new infections are likely going uncounted, hospitalizations and deaths are continuing to decline in the U.S. So that's good news, you guys. There are lots of people who are trying to make this like a big scary thing, and it just isn't anymore. Yeah, you get sick. Some people are still dying from the disease, but there are more people surviving than before because the treatments, are better now. They know what they're dealing with. Although I still don't think they know anything about long COVID and how it affects people. After you have it, some people, they continue on with brain fog and just being tired for no reason, and just all sorts of things happening to them. And also, you guys, like the video that I talked about, Jamie Foxx and my experience with the SHOT. Okay. Lots of people are dying from that. I don't care who says it's not happening. When have we ever seen young people, teens, 20s, 30s, just dropping lifeless from strokes and heart attacks? We haven't seen numbers like this ever in my lifetime, okay? And I'm 48 years old, okay? So, I don't think we've ever seen this in recent times. And like I said, a lot of people are saying the only thing that all of these young people have in common was the SHOT. And yes, I think it has saved some people, because even though I had issues when I got it, the first one, go back and listen to the video about Jamie Foxx. You can hear about my experience and how scary it was. But I'm still glad that I got the first and second, because when I did get it, the infection, when I did get the virus, I was sick. The first day was horrible, but I recovered very quickly. And I did have some brain fog for a while, and just little things happening, but I was okay. I didn't have any respiratory problems going on. I had a cough. My husband had fever, chills. He was way worse, and he's a healthy person, and he'd had both of them plus the booster, and he was sicker than I was. And I'm the one with all of the health issues. Like, I need a kidney transplant. I have lupus. I have fibromyalgia. I had breast cancer and all of that. And I did better than he did when I got it. So don't be afraid, you guys. People are, I was listening to this man, this video. I forgot his name, and I just remembered, but I'm not going to mention his name because I don't want to call people out, but he was talking about how many people are going to lose their lives from this new strain, and when it hits the United States, how horrible it's going to be for people who already have health issues, like people with diabetes and hypertension and, kidney disease and all kinds, and cancer and things like that. But he's not God. He does not know who is going to die from it and who isn't. Did we think all those years, however long ago the shot came out, did we think that we were going to see young people dropping like flies? No, we didn't think that. So only God knows when it's someone's time. So I wish that people would stop fear mongering when it comes to certain things. Now, do I regret getting it? Sometimes I do, because I was bullied into it, and sometimes I still have issues with my legs and my feet since I got that. Sometimes my fingertips turn purple, but it's very rare. Now, if you go back and listen to the previous video about Jamie Foxx, you'll hear my story. So, but don't be afraid, you guys. Trust in God, pray, and just take care of yourself. If you know someone is sick and coughing and, have a fever and they're in your household, do what we did in the past. Make sure that they stay in their rooms. You deliver their food to their door and, kind of quarantine them. And when you're out, wear a mask so that you don't infect other people. Because look, I'm not wearing a mask when I go shopping. It is so hot under there and I'm claustrophobic. And every time I had one on, I always wore one when we had to. I didn't make a fuss about it. But every time I had one on, I felt like I was going to faint, like I couldn't breathe. So it's not comfortable. But if you have someone in your household or you are sick, please do the right thing and either stay home. But if you have to go out, wear a mask and make sure you're not coughing on other people. I see a lot of nasty people walking around just coughing with their mouths wide open, whether they have it or not, whether it's just a regular cold or whatever. Keep it to yourselves, okay? That's how I feel about it. Anyway, let me know what you think about all of this in the comments. What are you planning on doing if for some reason the numbers start to rise here? Like I said, don't be afraid. Trust in God and just do whatever you can to keep yourselves healthy. Wash your hands, and try to cook your own food, because we never know what people are doing in those restaurants these days, right? But anyway, you guys, one more thing that I wanted to talk about was that so I'm not giving medical advice, but this is what I had to start doing, because after I had the shot, of course I talked about all the problems, but till this day I started having palpitations, pain down my arm, like I was really scared that I was having a heart attack or something. So I started doing a low dose 81 milligram Bayer aspirin 3 days a week, Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday. And I'm not giving you medical advice. I'm telling you what I started doing. And suddenly I stopped. I was having problems with clotting too, you guys. Like going to have my treatments, I was clotting off, my access, my catheter. I was clotting off the dialyzer. I mean, it was bad. And I had to keep getting medication, like really strong declotting medications, put in like every few weeks. And so when I started doing the low dose aspirin, I have not had any of that declotting medication. It's been about a year now. I haven't had any chest pain, any palpitations, any pain down my arm. I'm not telling you what to do. Please don't do that. Especially talk to your doctors, because some people cannot take that. Some people will bleed to death if they take aspirin or NSAIDs. So always speak with your doctor. And if you are having pain, chest pain, pain down your arm, your jaw, you really need to go and see your doctor right away. So this is not medical advice. I'm just telling you guys what I did, and it actually helped me. So, like I said, talk to your doctor. Don't listen to what people tell you online to do, because we are all different. Our bodies handle things different. We have different issues going on. And we just have to be safe, because we only have one body. We only have one life. We have to take care of ourselves. We have to love ourselves. And we have to pray and stay faithful in God. And just do our best. Anyway, you guys, let's talk about this in the comments. What do you think about the 65 million per week? That's a lot, but China has billions. Like, I think they may have 2 billion people in that country. So, 1 point something, close to 2 billion. China and India have the largest populations in the world. So, anyway, you guys, let's talk about it in the comments. And is there anything that you guys would like to know? Any questions for me? If any of you are going through kidney disease or have lupus or anything like that, and you have questions, you can ask questions. I've had lupus for almost 38 years now, and I'm still here, you know. But remember, when I answer those questions, if you do ask, they're not, my answers are not medical advice. It's not medical advice. It's just my experience. All right, you guys, let's talk about it in the comments. See you there.